Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I wanted to talk about the Respawn gaming chair that I've owned for about 2 years now. Now, I've had this since 2018. I got it somewhere around the summertime, so give or take a few months. Maybe I might have gotten it back in July or August, but either way, it's been about 2 years now. And there's some good and bad here over the course of the few years, and I have tested out probably half a dozen gaming chairs now at this point. So I do have kind of a feel of what gaming chairs are about. And there is a reason why I kept this one. If you saw my initial video, I told you the reason I kept this was because of the breathable back, so that, I won't feel sweat, or you won't feel sweat, during the summertime in warm climate conditions. So if you live in a warm area, this won't be a problem when you have your back. You won't feel the sweat. So I did feel sweat in some other chairs that I sat in, and this one I haven't had really much of a problem with that, of sweating. Now let me show you two problems that I've had. Number one is the lower back part. This part keeps coming off. I know I got a new one from Respawn, and I'm glad they were nice enough to send another one, but this just keeps coming off, and I don't really want to deal with it every single time it falls off, so I just leave it out as it is, because it still looks okay. It doesn't look bad at all. Now the other problem that I've noticed is that these armrests have gotten loose underneath thanks to the screws, and they tend to just come off sometimes. Now, unfortunately, there is a fix for this. Obviously, you can just tighten those up when you want to, but I don't have the tool to tighten these up. Of course, I can find one, and that should fix the problem, but either way, just another small thing that has come up. I don't know why it's been happening. It happened to the other side, too, so I don't know exactly why that's going on. And then I guess one other thing I'm noticing here is that there's a lot of dust here, so I probably should have cleaned that, but I digress. Those are some small things here. Either way, after 2 years, I like this, but I gotta say, I've noticed that the cushion has kind of gone away here in the back, so it hasn't been as easy to sit on for like several hours to play games. When I say several hours, I mean like more than 3 hours sitting down at once. And I guess that's not healthy to sit down that long anyway, so it's good to get up every now and then just to do your thing. So yeah, the cushion has not been, it's been okay still. I mean, I can still sit on this. It's not like uncomfortable or anything. It does start to get uncomfortable after after a few hours, you start to notice that it does feel like hard. It doesn't feel soft. The front part is there's still a lot of cushion left in it, so there's no problems there. But I did like the Killabee Gaming Chair that I tested out a few years ago. And again, the reason why I didn't keep that was because of the breathable back and the lumbar support that's back here. That lumbar support was loose, so I really didn't like that type that companies had. Plus, I also like the little pillow that they had in the back here. This is really convenient to watch a video or movie, whatever it is. Now, unfortunately, I did return the Killabee Gaming Chair, and I don't have it with me anymore, so I can't confirm this, but I have heard, based on maybe a few reviews, that the cushion really wears out in the Killabee Gaming Chair. The reason I bring up the Killabee is because I said that's a great choice. That's one of the best chairs I've ever sat on. It's a big and tall one for people who are really tall. This is also pretty good for people who are relatively tall, I'd say. Not too tall, I guess, because I'm 5'6", 5'7", kind of short, not too tall. But this is fine for me. I still have some space left over when I sit down, my head rests on here. So I guess, if you're 6 feet, this will be fine. But if you're more so 6'8" or something, definitely a big and tall chair would be more suitable for you. But again, the only thing I can't confirm with is the cushion, that it wears out after some time, because I haven't had that for a long period of time. I got rid of it after maybe a month or two. And the reason I did is because I don't have much space in here. I mean, I live in an apartment, a small apartment, and as you can see, there's not much space. My bed's over here, and then my L-shaped desk is here. So, yeah. And then why would I want two gaming chairs anyways? But I digress. So that's why I can't recommend that anymore too much. Basically, all I can say is that the cushion has depleted here a bit, and it's noticeable for long periods. I can't enjoy it long periods anymore, and I don't know if that's what happens with chairs in general. I know they deplete over time, but at the same time, you get what you pay for too, is what they say. At the time of this video, I got this for $200. Now, I think a little over $200 with tax. Now it's going for below $200. I think for below $200, it's a decent choice. Honestly, though, I'd also recommend checking out some office chairs because at the end of the day, these gaming chairs, yeah, they look nice, but they are about looks. And office chairs are also pretty good. They do the same job. Here's one more chair that I've kept. This is not a gaming chair, of course. This is just a regular office chair, it seems like, and it is. But I don't think you'll find this at Staples or Walmart, or the quality of it at least. I mean, you could take a look and let me know. I'll try to take a look at it myself. But this is something I picked off of Amazon like late 2018. So I've had this for about a year and a half. And this has worked pretty well with me. And it's held up really well with me, actually, because the cushion is still good on this. It hasn't depleted too much, and I like that. And the other thing is that this is also breathable. There's not much lumbar support or anything, which is the unfortunate thing. And this doesn't have a high back or high back support. This is like a mid, what do you call it, mid-tier support? Well, anyways, this is something I can sit down in for quite a bit of time, a long period of time, and it's still working out fine. Granted, I haven't used this as much as the Respawn Gaming Chair. This is pretty much the only reason I can think that the Respawn Gaming Chair has depleted quicker than this one, is because I haven't used it as much. And again, the cushion is good. It's not a high back again, but I did notice on Amazon that they do have a high back version. I'm gonna try to see if I can pick one up. Hopefully I can, but it is a little more expensive. So again, you get what you pay for. If you're thinking of long term, something to have for several years, or at least I want to say like 4 or 5 years, then yeah, this is something you'll want to consider. But if it's something that's short term and it doesn't really matter, or you don't sit down a lot or anything, or sit down for long periods of time, maybe you want something for an hour and then you get up and come back after a little while, then yeah, the Respawn Gaming Chair was good. I liked that one for what it was worth, but I like this a little more. And one other reason why I like this a little more is I guess maybe there's that bias that like I have a small space, so that's why this fits in really well, fits in perfectly, really nicely. The other thing is that during the wintertime, this doesn't get cold, versus those fake leather type of gaming chairs have felt cold to the touch, and it's just a little uncomfortable initially, but it's kind of a small thing, honestly. I guess you can't go wrong either way. Personally, I would say look for an office chair if you can on Walmart or Staples. Otherwise, I'll have a link down below for this one. Anyways, guys, I want to know, have you used a gaming chair or an office chair that you really recommend? Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, thanks for watching.